If you want to see the world's largest treehouse, then stay tuned. This video is for you. I decided to create an adventure video today, and I am in the great city of Crossville and in the great state of Tennessee. Now, this place is small, but it is also home to what is commonly known as the world's largest treehouse. Now, it is not open to the public, so it's been closed off for quite a while, but you may have seen some other videos or heard about this treehouse. And I was kind of in the same boat, and I wasn't too far from this area while I've been working on some other videos and photos, so I thought, hey, let's take a detour, come out here and see what this is all about. So I am armed with my Nikon D3400 right here, and I've got my DJI Osmo. I'm just going to leverage the microphone on this Osmo, so the audio may not be the best, and hopefully the video will suffice. With all that said, let's just have a look around and see what this is all about. Look at the size of this treehouse. This thing is huge. If you've ever built a treehouse or thought about building one, I guarantee you haven't seen anything like this. This thing is enormous. In order to get up in this treehouse, you got kind of some crazy steps here. I'm going to show you real quick. You can kind of see how this works. Now these steps, they're relatively slanted, but it's a treehouse, right? I mean, this is a giant, it looks like a multiple sets of trees right here where this massive house was built around it. And there's a story on this house that I don't know all the details to, but I can tell you this. This thing is really, really cool. And I can kind of understand why it's off limits. I can see where perhaps the fire marshals and some of the city officials said, hey, we don't want people coming out here and potentially getting hurt because this is not meant for mass consumption. So this looks like the first level that you come out on, and you can see this is almost kind of like an area to do some worshiping, perhaps. It's definitely what it looks like, because they got a cross here and they got a purple cloth that's draped over it. You can see some of the artwork here as well, and I'm really not sure what the picture is all about here with the collage of various people and photos, but it's actually really, really cool. It also looks like they had some power here, as you can see by the power outlet. You can see that there have been a lot of people up in here because they've kind of left their mark with a little bit of graffiti on the walls here. Look at this up in here. You could just kind of see where the people would sit and stand and climb. They even have a basketball goal I can see right there. Now again, it's probably not the safest at all to get up in here and play, but a very, very cool concept. I'm going to try to go up another level here and see what else we got. Now, what limited information I have on this location from the research that I've conducted is that the person who built this believed that he had a message from God to build this as a worship center, and he encouraged people to come out and worship, and that's the reason why you see a lot of the faith-based artifacts in this treehouse. And in, I think it was 2012, it was shut down. And I think since that time, you've had some people come out and maybe you know, try to visit it, and you can see some broken glass here and there, so that's a little more vandalism than anything else. But I believe he may have also encouraged some of the graffiti that I'm seeing out here, and a lot of this is really kind of encouragement of perhaps some love and faith and all that good stuff. I've made my way to the top of this treehouse, and this is almost like a sun deck out here. You can see this. You've got a nice view. Oh, apparently I haven't made my way to the top. You can see, I think it's up in here. I'm going to try to get over there and let's see what that's all about. There's just so many little twists and turns to this treehouse. It's really intriguing. It's really cool. And if it is an inspiration from God for this person to have built this, that's awesome, in my opinion. And I can definitely see where the city would step in and say, we have building code violations here, because as you walk through it, you could see where things would not be up to code, and perhaps a big fire hazard, because if there was a fire down there, you'd have a real tough time getting off this thing in a safe manner. And part of the treehouse is actually pretty cool, because I came across 12 statues here, and I believe that these are to represent the 12 apostles. I'm pretty sure that's what this is anyway, because there are 12 of them. And we could just take a quick look at them, because it is pretty cool to see. For the sake of being a responsible adult here, I just want you to understand, I'm not encouraging anyone to come here. That's just for the record. So I do want to show you though, I'm up high, and I can show you something here which is more of a safety concern, and these are things you want to pay attention to. So for example, over here there is what appears to have been a stove. Now the stove is definitely not operational, but you would not want to put a stove inside a treehouse. So let me show you this. You can see it right here, and you can see there's really nothing in it. Maybe there's some old cans in there, and it's not connected to anything. But again, having a stove in a treehouse, not a good idea. And it's old, maybe it's just there because it was a place to store it. It's kind of my guess. And then something else, and it's kind of out on the ledge here, but you can see where the wood is rotten. Now, again, you know, this is run down. You're not supposed to be out here anyway, and there's probably some talk of tearing this down. But let me show you this board. So you wouldn't want to step on that right there. And again, you're up kind of high here, so you want to be really careful. Take a look at the size of these steps. These things are like, that's probably a 2x12 in there. So it makes it really, really steep here. Just keep on walking and see what else we have up here, because now I think I'm getting up to the highest point. I'm now at the highest point in this treehouse. This is that little tower thing that goes up in the air. I can tell you it's hot today, but you really have an awesome view from up here. And let me just show you. So there's really a couple different ways to look. But let's go ahead and look outside, and that way you can enjoy it as well. I'm out of the treehouse now, and I just walked up the dirt path a little ways. And right behind me here, as you can see, there's this big pond, and it looks like there was a makeshift sort of kind of diving board jump off area. Looks like it would be a lot of fun But I also see some writing on the fence post here, and the writing says, "No swimming, beware of copperhead nest." Now, if you're not familiar with the copperhead, it is a poisonous snake here, so I'm not sure where the nests are, but not a good idea to swim out here when I see a message like that. Time to finish this video up. Now, after taking a close look at this treehouse and this pond just up the roadway, I can tell you that this was actually really cool to see, because I've never seen a treehouse that big. Are there some dangers in there? Absolutely. But I will say that I admire the person who put this together, because he was obviously passionate about what he did. And anytime someone puts a lot of passion into something, there's a lot of meaning behind it. And in this case, I could definitely see it. So hats off to that person. Now, if this video's helped you out, or if you've enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And I will say that if you have any hidden gems in your town or wherever you're located, post them in the comments below. Maybe I'll trip out there one day and see what you got. We'll do a video on it, take some photos. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel. It's called Real World. More often than not, I post videos about photography and technology, but you never know. So until the next video, take care of yourself and be safe.